everybody, and welcome back. Hope you had a great week. I have been going through my spring and summer clothes and putting those away and bringing out the autumn and winter things, and that was brought on by inspiration from both social media and magazines. Of course, I get a lot of my inspiration from social media, but I do love shiny magazines. Anything that's very visual intrigues me, and I will sit and go over those, whether it's something that I can use or not. Sometimes I can just pull out an element from a picture, just one little idea from something, and it makes a huge difference in which direction I'm going in terms of wardrobe or decorating or food or entertaining. And I was going through this magazine. This is one that I've had for a couple months. It's a Hello magazine. Hello is a magazine that is like a tabloid that you would pick up, and it's a British magazine. But I love their ideas. Not all European things translate to my real life. I went to a wedding recently and I didn't see one person with a fascinator, but in the magazines you see everybody with a fascinator. And I would love to have one, but I don't have any need for it. But I did notice one thing in this magazine, and they were showcasing the idea of these bold primary colors. And you'll see they're just simple stripes. But I thought, would I ever wear that? And I'm not sure. I think that I would probably keep this in mind for spring and summer, because maybe a cute bathing suit or a sundress, you never know. I think it's going to be on trend for spring and summer. One of the dresses at the Emmy Awards that was got the most press was Tiffany Haddish wearing a bright striped dress, these primary colors. So I think they're onto something, and I'm going to keep that in mind when I'm shopping for spring and summer for 2019. And then I run across this. It's like an ongoing color scheme that I've noticed. This is a Vanity Fair magazine. This is their Vanity Fair Summer, so it's been out for a little while. And you see the bold color here, and that's the pink that's coming up. I think that's going to be another on-trend color, is the pink. I mean, really bold pink, and the combination of pink and red together in one garment is really something that I'm seeing. As a matter of fact, this magazine is the Wall Street Journal magazine, which I love. We get this, and I do a lot of fashion editorial. They do decorating, entertaining, and it is a lot of things you're not going to see in your everyday magazines. I did notice this though. Look at these bold colors again. The bright pinks, and this is a Chanel ad. And so Chanel is coming out, or has come out, with their bright pink and red bag. So I know if it's coming out with Chanel, it's going to be on trend. And so I'm going to be looking for pinks and reds. And here we go again. This is August in Style magazine. And there's the bold pinks and reds again. Something that I have noticed that it's another thing that's not going to translate in my real life, and that is a lot of embellishment. And I noticed that in this Louis Vuitton ad, they are showing a jacket that has a lot of embellishment, chains and pins, and I just don't have that many places or events that I would go to that would work. However, I did notice that on the cover of Vanity Fair, there is a pin. So I'm thinking that as an accessory, that might be something that you keep your eye on, is whether or not you want to start adding those to your clothes, or maybe on the front of your handbag. I think I would like that. I probably have some from years ago. My grandmother used to wear a lot of pins, and I have some of her things, and you know, if they'll fit in, if they'll work, I will try to incorporate her jewelry into things that are coming up in style. I did find a pair of Cartier sunglasses that I'm in love with. I just love these round gold glasses, but I'm not going to order them online. I'm going to try to find them and try them on because I'm not sure how that shape is going to look on my face. We'll see. But I do love those. They're gorgeous. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that. Well, in all of my research, I have determined that if there's any one piece that you're going to buy this year, you have to buy leopard print. Anything in leopard print, whether it is a handbag or a blazer, because it don't go out and pull in any zebra prints or anything like that. It has to be leopard print, and the good thing about that is leopard print, it cycles in and out. About every 3 or 4 years it comes back. So if you buy a good piece, you're going to have it for a while. It'll just be an investment piece. But here's Michael Kors with leopard print, and I have seen more than one advertisement with leopard print. Even J. Crew has a lot of leopard print. I'm looking at this article, and it shows Elizabeth and James, Talbot's. Nordstrom's has a lot of leopard print. Zara. There is just an endless supply of leopard print for the fall and winter season. So that would be a really good investment. Now when it comes to entertaining, that is something that I'm always intrigued by, and I try to change things up anytime I entertain. And one of my really good sources, I love this stylist, is Colin Cowie. He has really good social media. He has put out books. He is just a genius at it. If I were a crazy rich Asian, and I've read the book, it's a really great book. If I were a crazy rich Asian, he's the one that would be on my call list all of the time, because every idea he comes up with I love. And so I'm always looking there. And of course, if you scroll through social media, you probably have run across him. But another area that I'm always looking for inspiration for is entertaining. And I'm looking right now for food ideas for the holiday season. I usually will look, maybe Southern Living has a lot of good recipes. I love Garden and Gun. Southern Living has really great recipes that they put out constantly, but Garden and Gun is a magazine that I've been taking for a long time. It's one of those slick cover magazines that I love. And I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's a pretty good one. They have a recipe in this month's, yes, this is October, November, that I thought was the oddest recipe I have ever come across. And I might make it, but I want to make it first for myself before I ever serve it to anyone, because I'm not quite sure about it. It is Spice Dark Chocolate Cherry Saltine Toffee. It is, it's really unusual. It is toffee that's layered over saltine crackers. I'm kind of iffy about this one, but I'm intrigued enough that I think I'm going to try it. And as a matter of fact, if you go on gardenandgun.com, they actually have the recipe online. So give that a try. If you're a chocolate lover or looking for different little desserts or appetizers to put out during the holiday season, they have really good recipes as well. Now, when it comes to travel, I'm looking to be inspired at all times about travel, because I love to travel. It's part of my life. It's a huge part of my life. So I'm always researching, and I take a lot of magazines, and I follow beautiful places and beautiful hotels. Those are have really great Instagram sites. And I take a lot of magazines that, this one, I'm not sure you can subscribe to this. I get it because my travel agent that I usually am in touch with constantly is a Virtuoso travel agent, and so I get Virtuoso Life magazine, and I noticed that they are a good source of restaurants and places to visit in many cities, and every magazine has a variety of cities. It's not, they don't focus on one country, one city. And this is, for example, in London. Here is the best bar in London that's in this month's issue. And they say that at the Browns Hotel, it is the Donovan Bar, Donovan bar in London. Well, as it just so happens, we have a trip to London coming up next year, so I'm going to probably snap a picture of that little page and keep that in my folder for things to do in London. And then I have the Traveler, Condé Nast Traveler magazine. Love this magazine. I have this magazine that is a Travel and Leisure magazine. This one in particular, it was way back in July, so I don't know where you'd find this unless you find it in a dentist office or doctor's office. But the reason I kept it is because I'm also looking for travel that's close to the United States, because you don't always want to fly for 10 to 16 hours somewhere to have a nice time and see something new. But I found this magazine to have several places to go. Bermuda is one. It's wonderful. Blue water, blue skies. And so I'm going to keep that information because they give, the history of the island and where to stay and where to eat and what to see. And this is an advertisement for the Bahamas that I ran across. And it is for Baha Mar Resort. The last time I was in the Bahamas, they were building this resort, and at that time I was amazed at how enormous it was, and they weren't even close to finished. And it looks like they probably have 10 swimming pools here. Baha Mar, and I'm looking into this because I think that might be a good destination, especially when we are in Florida. We go live in Florida half the year and we live up north half of the year. So sometimes when we are in Florida, we can get really great flights out of Miami and be in the Bahamas for nothing. The cost is minimal, the time and the air is minimal, and get to enjoy a nice resort like this. So this may be something that's going to come up to the top of the list because I didn't realize it was completed. I think it was completed sometime this year, and I'm looking forward to it. So if I go though, I'll take you with me. I hope you've enjoyed this chatty video. I talked a little longer than I thought I would, but I'm going to have to wrap it up because it looks like we have a thunderstorm coming. It's supposed to storm most of the evening, so I'm going to get out and run some errands real quick and come back in. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber, please tap the subscribe button. Also, I have a few extra things on Instagram, so please follow me on Instagram. And I hope you have a great week. Bye.